This is the Fantasy Roadshow.
Welcome in to another episode of the Fantasy Roadshow. We are your hosts. It's Kulz and Truck back again for a Monday night live stream. You can find me on Twitter at fantasy_truck. You can find him on Twitter at Kulz_sports. Make sure you follow the show at Fantasy Roadshow. Don't forget to check out the Substack, thefantasyroadshow.substack.com. As always, this episode is brought to you by Rule One Proteins. Go to www.rule1proteins.com, and that is RULEONEPROTIENS.com. One as in ONE, not the number one. And go to enter in Roadies40 at checkout for 40% off. You know the deal. Go get your supplements, get your protein, all that fun stuff. Kulz, how you doing today?
Good, man. Excited for this game. Hopefully it's a good one.
Yeah, me too, man. Me too. I think the Cowboys are going to bring it to them. Who did you pick in this game? Just
the Chargers.
The Chargers? I think I picked the Cowboys. So.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. We'll see how that works out. And we may or may not be joined by a special guest, little Shane O'Mac. We'll see if he can. We'll see if he pops in later on.
Oh shit!
But other than that, we're here talking reactions from Sunday. Talking, the fantasy fallout, what happened, and so forth. So, you want to get into it, or what do you want to do here?
Let's get into it.
How about it? It was the last game in London. Baltimore, Tennessee. Baltimore won 24-16. Ryan Tannehill had an ankle injury, and Malik Willis came in. Is Malik the starter now moving forward until Tannehill's back from injury? Do we have a update on
Malik Willis?
Yeah, Malik.
I don't know.
Malik time?
I don't know. What's the update on Tannehill? What do they say?
I'm gonna check in with the fantasy doctor Jesse Morse and get an update. However, I think he might be missing time.
Is this one of those where we're answering questions at the end? Should I move it to private chat so I don't?
No, I mean, this is more of a casual episode. So if we want to take questions, feel free to chime in, ask us, let us know what's going on.
Okay.
Other than that, we're just kind of talking. We're talking about what happened on Sunday. There was a lot of injuries that happened.
Yeah.
We're gonna cover all of them. So, and the first one I'll be looking into is this Tannehill news. What'd you think of the game? Did you watch it? The London game?
Yeah, kind of as expected. First half, Baltimore dominated. It looked like they were trying to get some more receivers involved. What did Bateman do? Bateman had a catch, and then he had a hold or some sort of a penalty on a block, maybe it was a drop. I'm trying to think of what he did. He did something to where Lamar just didn't look his way the rest of the game. So
yeah, he kind of got outplayed by.
He fucked up once, and Lamar's like, "All right, you're done." Didn't look his way.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So I'd have to look up what it was. I don't remember if maybe it was a drop. I don't know. Anyways, yeah, Lamar used his legs, had a just very Lamar game. 650 and a touchdown.
Yeah, so it says Vivi says hi, Uncle Ryan. My aunt, my little niece Vivian, if you're out there. Hi, Vivi. I miss you too. So yeah, Ryan Tannehill says projecting week 10 return.
Week 10. So he's out for a bit.
Yeah.
4 weeks
ankle
IR.
injury.
It's going in the IR now.
What is it? Week 6? Yeah. I mean, if he's projecting week 10 return, I would imagine he goes. Yeah.
So
he should go in the IR.
Yeah, I don't know if it'll be Malik. He was bad, or if it'll be Will Levis, who I haven't heard about since the draft. So,
me neither.
Either way, it's not good news. I mean, for anyone.
No. I saw an interesting stat here, Coles. Tennessee is 0-4 when Henry gets fewer than 20 touches. And they're 2-0 when he gets over 20. Guess how many he had this week? Under 20. Just
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't even really pay attention. Let's see. 12.
Yep, there you go. And Spears continues to outsnap him. And he had an explosive play. Didn't you text me after that?
Yeah,
that Spears
48-yard play. It was nice. It looked really good.
Yeah, he needs to be rostered in every league. If he's on your waiver wire, you need to be picking him up.
I think he's going to be one of those guys that just sits on your bench all year, and you're like, why am I not dropping him? He just needs Henry to get injured, and it's not going to happen. Or, I mean, if it happens, then you have a maybe good player. But, yeah, I mean, he's talented, but I don't know that he's going to ever be like a fantasy asset this year.
Yeah, no, you're probably right. I mean, Derrick Henry, he is King Henry, and I don't think that changes. So
no, it's kidding me, dude.
Yeah,
no, that'd be like saying that Aaron Rodgers is gonna get sat for Jordan Love. Until he's off the team, which could happen. Now, what could happen this offseason is the Titans could be like, we saw enough from Spears, we're gonna move on from King Henry. We have a visitor.
Oh, we have a visitor. Go ahead and add him to the squad.
I tried.
Can you do it or no?
No, I think you got to, unless you have the this.
Oh, hey, Shane O'Mac.
Happy birthday
to you. We don't have to sing that whole song, but Shane, thank you for joining us. Happy birthday. How's your day going, buddy?
Beautiful. I just had multiple Oktoberfest schooners. So
nice.
Let me tell you, what's highly underrated is a good frosted schooner. Like when you've got it like the frost over the whole schooner glass.
What is a schooner?
Yeah, I'm not familiar with the schooner.
It's like a mini fishbowl almost. It's like a bigger.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Schooner.
Yeah.
Schooner. Yeah, that's interesting. So, I'm glad you're having a good day today. You're getting ready to watch your Cowboys. I think it's kickoff here in a couple minutes, right?
Yeah, so that'll be a real downer if they come out and have a complete shit show like they did last week against the 49ers.
I think you're okay. The Chargers defense is much different than the 49ers. So I'm rooting for the Cowboys. I don't know if that's good or bad thing based on our previous history here. But, yeah, I think the Cowboys have a good game today.
Matt, I just want to add that this is what I'm currently looking at as schooner.
Did you spell that right?
That is not right.
I think you're the only one that calls it schooner.
No, are you spelling it right?
Schooner.
SCHOO.
Okay. Schooner.
Schooner.
Still votes.
Billy King. Hey, Billy, how's it going, man? Well, go Cowboys. Yeah, absolutely. We got a Cowboys fan here, Shane O'Mac.
Hey, Billy, have you ever heard of Billy, have you ever drank a schooner?
Schooner?
That's my cousin Billy. Out of Rockford.
Well, no, then, because apparently it's either only a Shane O'Mac brain thing or it's a Wichita thing.
Probably.
You have them on menus like called schooners.
Schooners. Well, she just referred to my waitress tonight. Just said, "Do you want the big one or the small one?" And
Billy King knows what schooners are.
Many schooners.
There you go, Billy.
I don't know. Whatever.
Mm-hmm. That's funny.
Blackhawks just took a 1-0 lead. Let's go.
Hey, let's go Blackhawks. Connor Bedard is looking good.
Anyways, we were talking about the London game. Did you watch that, Shane O'Mac?
I did watch that, yes.
What'd you think of the game?
So a couple of things. So like the night before, I had made a trade where I had traded away Calvin Ridley and Zach Charbonneau for CeeDee Lamb. And so my thought process was I was starting to get concerned about the targets and receptions for Ridley with Kirk and all their weapons. And so it kind of turned out to what I was thinking of. Ridley kind of had a down game as far as targets and reception wise. And I think that's going to be a thing going forward.
Yeah, I think Ridley's just kind of hot and cold. He's just a hit or miss type of player. And I think you did good. You got what did you do? A twofer, right? That was a 2-for-1.
Yeah.
What's going on with Lawrence's knee?
But I don't think it's anything serious.
Nothing.
I don't think. Yeah, I think it's more precautionary. I don't think it's like
Okay, good.
anything like some of the other injuries they saw.
Yeah, injuries were wild. It sounds like McCaffrey's going to be out for a little bit. I don't know how long, but
so
they're saying
when I made that 2-for-1 Saturday night, I went ahead and picked up Jordan Mason because I had the free roster space.
Yeah, that's massive.
So I want to talk about that for a second because like Elijah Mitchell is kind of Shanahan's guy, but I think it's sneaky. It's Mason's looks better, has had a better year. He would be the one that I target, to be honest. I don't know if that's the right move or not, but
I think so.
Yeah, and I think he's cheaper, right? Because I think more people are going to spend fab and stuff on Mitchell because of the name value in the past. And you get Mason at the cheaper value.
Yes,
God, I mean,
Mitchell. Yeah, I know, right? What was I think he snapped him. He outsnapped him. Well, Mason had 5 for 27 on the touchdown. Mitchell had 2 carries for -3 yards. He had twice as many snaps as Mitchell. So if you paid attention,
he wasn't going to even play though. That doesn't have to do with who. That was just health. That was not depth chart related. That was health related. Mitchell wasn't even going to play. So I think it'll what? Will it be 50-50 and then whoever looks better, which has been Mason?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, I think if you're a Mitchell owner, that's the best you hope for in this first week is 50-50.
Yeah, and it's health related, right? Like if he's 100%, what does it look like? Mitchell's going to get the first carries. It's just like he's been Shanahan's guy. He had that role early on in the season until he tweaked his knee, which seems to be every season. So I would be interested to see. Mason probably has an opportunity to run away with the job or 1-1 Hawks. Anyways, yeah, I would say Mason's probably the guy I would want, which sucks because preseason I was pretty vocal about Mitchell in case this situation happens. Because if it is a role if someone controls that backfield, they immediately become, top 20. I would say.
Yeah, I'd say just about.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking at something that says Christian McCaffrey projected week 10 return, so he might even hit the IR.
Who's saying that? Was that
I'm looking.
Doctors?
No, not directly from the fantasy doctors, but it says. I could read you the blurb right here, but
what's the
source?
What are you looking at?
They didn't source it, but I'm looking at a compiled article.
Who's they? Oh, so whose article?
It's the Football Guys article. It's like a newsletter that goes out every week. Yeah, did you read it?
No, I saw it, but I was just curious because, obviously, credibility means a lot.
Of course, yeah. I haven't looked into it too much, but I could read you the blurb. But they're saying he's projecting a week 10 return for the oblique injury.
Yeah, so Schefter earlier on McAfee, I heard him talking. He's like, they're just doing an MRI. They're doing an MRI. We don't know at this point. It could be a week. It could be 3 weeks. So
yeah, they have a buy. They have a week.
Guys might have taken that and just said the worst case scenario. Or you said they have a buy like a week.
They have a buy at week 9. Week 9 buy.
Then they're just using what makes the most an educated guess of what makes sense, right?
Yeah, that's why it's projected and not estimated or they're just saying.
Okay, that makes sense. So you would get what? You get week 7, 8 of hopefully a good back. I don't know. We'll see what happens.
Yeah. Well, that's a good segue to talk about the 49ers Cleveland Browns game. 49ers get their first loss. That was a crazy game. Did you guys watch this game? I watched it decently close. I know I was busy on Sunday, but you guys got to watch this one fully or no?
Red zone fully. I would like to say that what you did to Shane O'Mac with the Cowboys, I wouldn't want to say. I want to ask, did I do that with renouncing my hatred towards Purdy?
Yeah, man.
To Purdy, he has his worst start the week after I give him like these very kind words.
Yes. Yeah, that's funny how that works out. Yeah, I mean, Purdy looked human. He looked normal. He didn't look like a machine out there. That was his toughest defense, and
yeah, tough. I mean, that was, oh my God. I don't know if I'm ahead of Shane O'Mac. Are you watching the game?
I am, but I'm just watching the Charger guy walk off the field.
I must be ahead of you.
You must be ahead, which last time we were gone, I was ahead of you. Now I caught up. Oh my gosh.
Oh, he's down.
Oh boy.
He's down. His knee's down.
You are. How did you get ahead of me this week? Last time I was ahead of you.
He's down. He's good. He's good. Okay. He's down. So regardless of how Purdy played, like obviously the Browns defense, between the Browns, Niners, and Jets defenses, they look outstanding. Like whoever you're watching at the time, you're going to say is the best defense in the league. But so yeah, of course he has a very difficult defense in the Browns, but to be honest, like when he needed to, he drove down the field and gave them the game-winning field goal. Like to me, yeah, concerned because of the game, but he did his job and put the team in the position to win. So like, that's why I said, did I do that to Purdy? I don't think I did, because he still had a game-winning drive and put him in position. Like that's all you could do. They should have won that game. He should still be undefeated in regular season, you know?
Yeah. And then Deebo Samuel also got injured.
Yeah.
They're saying, this article I'm reading, obviously don't take it word for word, but
he avoided serious injuries, what I saw.
Oh yeah, they had I feel like there was an update that came in about Deebo here.
I think he's day-to-day avoided serious injury is what I saw.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah. I mean, Brandon Ayuk is still a beast. 10 targets, 4 receptions, 76 yards.
It was quite the disappearing act for George Kittle, though. Oh,
yeah, but I feel like that's what we talked about this entire offseason is Kittle is such a, mountain and valley type of player where you're going to get games where he has 3 touchdowns. It's a massive week. And then I think he has 4 games like under 5 points. Like Kittle's, a disappearing act.
Yeah, I don't know. Deebo shoulder considered day-to-day. I don't know. Whatever.
Okay. Well, let's see if he can get healthy for next week.
There's my boy Gerald Everett. Let's go.
How about the Washington Commanders and the Atlanta Falcons? Commanders won 24-16. Desmond Ridder, another game of 300 yards, but he did have 3 interceptions. Artie Smith looked visibly frustrated with Desmond Ridder in those interceptions, especially the one in the end zone. Tyler Algier and Bijan Robinson both had 13 carries on the week, 50-50 split for carries. I think this is just what they're going to do to keep. Is that a touchdown? You're
ahead of all of us. You can't react. We just.
I'm sorry. My bad. My bad.
Dude, you're gonna ruin his fucking birthday.
Oh, okay. I'll make sure I don't spoil anything then. But Kulz, you're gonna be happy about that one.
No, I'm not. It's a fucking. Do you watch like?
What? You're gonna be happy about that touchdown? That's all I'm saying.
Not a fucking touchdown. They just threw a flag and called it back. Are you watching the goddamn game?
I am watching the game. Obviously, I looked away when I was talking to you. I'm not like. That's why I said, "Is that a touchdown?" Sorry. Jeez Louise.
Sorry. That was me winning a fucking fantasy game. And you're like, oh, he scored a touchdown.
I thought he did. He ran into the end zone. Turns out I didn't see the flag.
You could ever do. You think I'm not going to be angry about that? Jesus.
Yeah. Well, I'll keep it up for you, Kulz, because I need this win this week. Shane, Kulz and I are facing each other in fantasy, and he needs Josh Palmer to have a big game. So.
Oh, you got Palmer going. Oh, okay.
Yeah. I think he needs what, 14, 15?
Oh, that would have been huge.
Time to reset.
That would have been huge.
He's all flustered now.
That was just idiotic.
Yeah. You got a fucking sand in your veg.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, Commanders, Falcons. Shane, did you see any in that game? Anything that stood out to you in that game?
I mean, at what point? Because the interceptions were just really bad. They were horrible throws. I mean, it was just awful. Like, at one point, did they realize, they're in competition for the division, and let's just make the switch to Heineke. I mean, it's brutal. The Commanders kept giving them chances after chances.
Yeah. I mean, do you think they go to Heineke next week?
I would hope so, but man, I don't know what allegiance he has to Ritter besides, being a second round draft pick at all with it, but you got to.
Yeah, hearing he does a weekly spot on McAfee show, and hearing him talk about Desmond Ritter, he kind of was talking how he's really improving week in and week out. But I mean, you got to be frustrated with that. I don't know. Yeah. I mean, 300 yards is good with 2 touchdowns. Just those boneheaded interceptions are going to hurt you. So
yeah.
But how about Drake London, dude? 9 for 125.
Yeah, that was nice to see, and him and another good game for Pitts. Getting in the end zone.
Yeah. On the reverse side, dude, Jahan Dotson, just complete disappearing act from this offense on the Commanders. Terry McLaurin, 11 targets. He's still the wide receiver 1. Curtis Samuel, 3 games in a row with a receiving touchdown, 4 for 42 and a touchdown. I mean, Curtis Samuel is basically a flex play now, right?
Yeah, and I think we all 3 like Dotson. Is he a drop down?
I would say so. I mean, he put up a goose egg on 1 target.
Yeah, 1 target. Oof.
Yeah. Brian Robinson. I know. Did anybody have Brian Robinson on the red light list? I think someone did.
I did, I think.
Yeah, he had a terrible game. He got saved by a touchdown, but 10 for 31, 2 for 25.
Mm-hmm.
Sam Howell, 3 touchdowns, though, but only 151 yards, But the 3 touchdowns is good to see from Howell.
Yeah.
Where is it? I thought someone else had him, too. Red light. I had him, and you had him.
I did?
Yeah.
I don't remember that. Are you sure I had Brian Robinson on my red light?
Yeah.
You okay over there? Yeah, that's strange.
I'm fucking pissed.
Bro, get over it, Kulz. Jesus. Washington has the Giants next week. They're in New York, and Atlanta has Tampa Bay. So we'll see if they can pull it out next week. How about the Vikings and Bears games?
Man.
Bears are trash.
So are Vikings.
Both teams are trash.
Yes, they are. I thought the Vikings were going to play better against Chicago's defense, realistically. Kind of a poor performance all around. Jordan Addison had the touchdown, but other than that, it was just a total mediocre day. Tyson Bagent, or how do you guys say it? Is it Bagent? I still don't know how to fucking say it. Bagent?
That's your team,
Bagent?
man.
I know. I can't pronounce his name. Every time I want to say Bagent, Baguette, I avoid pronouncing his name. So
I call him Beignet.
Tyson Beignet. I kind of like that a little bit. So.
Beignet. Yeah. Vikings they looked great. They're gonna built a lot of momentum to play the Niners at home, coming off a loss. I think they're gonna win that one.
Oh,
yeah, that's gonna be a rough game.
The one thing that surprised me about that game was Akers is not eating into that Madison role yet as much as I thought it would.
Yeah, that's a good point. I thought for sure that this was a game that we were going to see that tide turn a little bit, and we didn't.
Maybe he went over to Minnesota and O'Connell was like, "Oh, now I see. Now I see why McVay let him go."
Why did we trade for him? Yeah, Alexander Madison 18 carries, Cam Akers 1 carry. So that's
I think it's got to be one of those character issues that Claypool carries because it's just one of those things that you're starting to see a trend that probably exists.
Yeah. And then how about Deontay Foreman? I thought Deontay Foreman was going to have a much bigger game. He kind of, 15 for 65. I think this kind of opens the door for Roschon Johnson next week when he comes back to be the lead back, because that's what I was looking for most, to see if Foreman was going to perform in this game, and I just didn't see it from him.
Yeah, but I mean, like, lead back for Tyson Beignet, like, yippee.
Very, very true.
Stack the box, and he's not going to do shit.
Yeah. Very true. Very true. All right. How about the Seahawks, Cincinnati? Bengals won 17-13.
Who day,
huh? Yeah. I mean, kind of a mediocre game for Burrow, right?
Yeah. Actually, you know what? So I've been thinking, you've been spending quite a few hours in Cincinnati. Why don't you just fucking jump?
Why don't I jump what?
Over
bandwagons.
Over to the Bengals.
Like you spent how many nights there? You probably spent more nights in Cincinnati the last 2 weeks than in Chicago.
Yeah, so I was in Cincinnati all week last week, and I came there. Right now I'm in Kalamazoo, Michigan.
Yeah, but you've rested more times in Cincinnati the past week or two than you have Chicago. So just be like, I live here now. Fucking no. I'm going to be honest. I'm going to be frank. I don't like Cincinnati very much. I like the Bengals. I just don't like the city. Sorry for all you Cincinnati people out there.
Hey, speaking of making the jump, where is Kulz? Where is your Bills hat you were ordering a couple weeks ago on Fanatics?
He didn't order it.
Fields didn't score.
You were getting You were going to get a Fields jersey.
That was separate. That was separate. You literally brought up the Bills hat that had like
the military one,
military on the thing, and like, oh, this is a nice one. I think this is my get this. Yeah.
Well, I can't really completely pledge my allegiance to the Bills because Burrow and Chase are still kind of my boys.
Yeah, you should be a Bengals fan. I don't know why. I mean, just for the fact that Burrow and Chase are there and they're LSU boys. I mean, you hate the Vikings and Justin Jefferson's there, so.
I'm warming up to the Bengals. I'm warming up to them.
Yeah.
So we were talking Bengals. Yeah, so his first 2 drives, he looked amazing. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
So I think it's probably just like, I don't know. That was a weird game because like it looked like Bengals were going to come out and score, and it was going to be a high-scoring game. And then it just like I watched the entire thing play for play, and I don't really know what happened. Like why defenses just decided to show up out of those 2 teams. Bengals defense is there. The Seahawks hasn't really shown that at all, so it was weird. Witherspoon was great. He was all over the field, all over Chase. I mean, Chase had like 5 for 67 in the first half, and then pretty much blanked most of the second half and then had a catch at the end of the game. But I mean, Gino had 3 picks. It was just kind of got
2 picks.
2. Oh, he should have had a third at the end.
Yes, he should have. Yeah.
I just threw it on him. Sorry, Gino.
Adding insult to injury. Kenneth Walker is still a beast. Charbonnet is still not a factor in this offense yet. Did you guys see what happened with DK Metcalf? He was crying on the sideline.
They used Charbonnet quite a bit. They were using him early too.
Well, I mean, he was maybe on the field, but 2 carries and 2 receptions. It's not really.
well, fantasy wise, but football wise, they had him on. They had him out there, I think, on third down. So he's at least starting to get some third down work. I mean, yeah, like Ken Walker, he's not going to do anything to lose that job, literally ever. So
yeah,
I don't know. I don't know that Charbonneau will have much of a role.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. Even next year, I'm sure we could see somewhat of, Seattle loves to run the ball, so I could see them creating a role where they rush the ball a little bit more, maybe an extra 10 times, and having that role.
Still have 3 mouths to feed, so I mean, like DK Metcalf, you have to keep him happy, or he just goes bipolar.
I don't like DK Metcalf. He's turning into a diva, and he just does some cheap shots to DBs on the field. Did you guys see that clip of him just like completely leveling somebody?
I read a really funny tweet. It's kind of bad. Someone tweeted like, DK Metcalf, this is why you can't be bisexual and have CTE. It's like,
okay.
It was like, whoa, Twitter.
Oh, right. Yeah, Twitter's on one lately. Huh?
But it was entertaining.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
What are you saying wow to?
Don't say wow. Don't say
wow.
Wow. I know I'm trying to hold everything in to let Shane catch up.
Oh wow. That we haven't seen that in forever. Dak Prescott run.
Yeah, so he pulled it out just in the nick of time.
He never keeps it.
Yeah,
I mean, that was a little Avery Johnson-esque.
Yeah, Cowboys tie it up 7-7.
That's the game we wanted to see. Let's get some points.
Oh my!
Yeah,
God.
absolutely.
Bobbled to snap too. Oof.
What's going on with Joe Mixon? 12 for 38, 3 for 24 in the air. But I mean, what is going on with him? Like, how do you?
It's frustrating. It's frustrating. Like I've got him in multiple leagues. He was him and Aaron Jones were my. If I waited for running backs to like round 4 or something, they were my RB1 go-tos.
Yeah.
And there's just really from what I see, there's not a lot of creativity of how they're giving him the ball and rushes. It's just like up the middle rush and make something happen to get 3 yards. And there's just nothing there.
Yeah, it's a shame. I feel like I usually am drafting Joe Mixon. Like, I feel like this is the first year I haven't drafted him in any league. I have 0 shares of Joe Mixon, and I'm feeling pretty good about that right now, I will say.
Their line's bad, man. Like, Orlando Brown, did he get –
Yes.
He was, like, injured, but could have very well also been like, hey, sit down. We're going to see if this guy's got anything. We've been talking about their line for way too long.
Yeah.
Yes, we have. All right. Well, I'm good there. I mean, Bengals won an ugly game,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the other thing I wanted to say, this is just going to go way back, but that Purdy thing, I'm looking at the next on the ESPN list was Niners Browns. That's why I'm saying this. The other thing about Purdy is you had the defense. You had the Browns defense, elite defense that just like is fast to the ball, so didn't really play in his it's just a good matchup against Purdy, but also the weather is something like
that was definitely a factor.
There was a time where he brought it back and he just like lost it, and it was you know what I mean, like that the weather was shitty. So I mean, give the guy a break. I'm a Purdy fan for life. Let's go.
He was bound to have a bad game here and there. It's a 17-game season. I mean, he won like the last 13 regular season games, so it's like,
should have won that one too. 41-yarder, you can't miss that. Literally, right in the middle.
Yeah. Was that Moody? Jake Moody?
Yeah, his whole family was there too.
Oh God, that is soul crushing. That's rough.
Learn from it, Jake. You little Michigan fuck.
All right. How about the Panthers and the Dolphins? Panthers are continuing the defeated streak. They're 0-6 now. They lose 21-42 to the Dolphins, who go on to win. They're 5-1 now.
Yeah, let's just say the Panthers were winning 14-0, also had a pick six, and still lost by 21. If that says anything about the Dolphins offense, that's how good they are.
Yeah, man, they're really, really good.
You
Raheem
cannot
Mostert,
say that
dude.
about another team in the entire league. And I think the spread was whatever, like 14, like a double-digit spread. You can't say that about any other team in the league, period. I don't care who it is. Not even the Bills, no one.
Yeah.
Go down 2 touchdowns and a pick six later in the game and cover that spread easily. Like, you literally cannot say that about any other team, or I can't even think of a team.
They just remind me of the Rams' greatest show on turf, Isaac Bruce, Kurt Warner.
No, I don't know, Shane, because I was 2.
No, it wasn't that far back.
We got a question here from Cohen. Thanks for joining. Thanks for your question. Should I trade away David Montgomery? If it depends for who, obviously, but I wouldn't. I mean, he's projected to come back week 8. We'll see what happens.
Week
but
8. Hang on.
I think he's got it. This is what I just wrote a little blurb about him. So they've got a week 9 bye also.
Yeah,
I think they sit him out week 7 and 8, but we'll see.
Yeah, that bye week is always an extra week of rest that teams will always lean on with injuries. So absolutely.
Shane and Max, so go ahead. I didn't mean to completely but I genuinely don't remember that team. I was young. When was that? Like 2000?
Yeah, it was like the 2000s, right? The Kurt Warner era.
That I was not remembering football, so I was probably like under 10. Seriously.
Yeah.
I mean, it was like, but they were like, they had all the speed, they had all the quick hits.
I vaguely remember that game. Yeah, it was 1999, 2000, 2001. So 8 through 10 for me.
Yeah, I was a big fan of them back then.
Mm-hmm. You remember?
Yeah, I remember. I was watching football back then for sure.
All right.
All right. Well, the Panthers, man, Adam Thielen, dude. Adam Thielen is a machine. Yeah. 11 for 115 with a touchdown, 13 targets. Seems like Young only looks for him. And that's awesome. I have Thielen in a couple leagues, and I couldn't be happier.
Yeah, he definitely is more than a Thielen, isn't he?
Yes, he is. And it should continue, man. I mean, he's a beast. I think I'm not sure where he's leading the NFL, but he's leading in certain aspects.
Yeah, and he's the stat line. Because people like to think this. I wouldn't be trying to sell high on him either. Like, I feel this is a sustainable thing with those short area targets and PPR leagues.
Yeah. I will say Bryce Young, I mean, a 23 of 38, 217 yards and a touchdown. Kind of a mediocre game, but he is developing. So it's nice to see no interceptions. How about Chuba Hubbard, man? Chuba Hubbard, 19 carries, 88 yards and a touchdown in the absence of Miles Sanders. And it looks like it's his backfield. So
should be. I mean, there's a big discrepancy of yards per carry between him and Miles Sanders for the year.
Yeah, so that's the big question. What happens when Miles comes back? What's the split? Because Chuba was already working into that workload, but I think that was also because Sanders was dealing with a groin injury, and then he got the shoulder injury later on, which caused him to sit out this week. But, I mean, where are you guys on that? Do you think it was the injuries that Chuba was getting more work, or do you think they just –
You saw me message you guys on Sunday, like, is there a world where Chuba takes over this backfield? So that's where my head is.
I don't think there is.
You are an owner, and you're vocal on Miles Sanders. So
yes, but I also think I don't think there's a world where he completely takes over the workload. I mean, maybe you see a 60-40, but
is
that what you mean?
Yeah, it's not good. There's no value for Sanders at 40% of a shitty fucking tanking team.
No, I'm not arguing that aspect.
Yeah,
I just know that they're paying him too much money to completely shelf him, you know.
Well, of course, but he's gonna die if he gets put in a backseat. He's consider him dead in fantasy.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
You know. And like it may be droppable, to be honest, which is sad. But
yeah, Carolina's on a bye next week.
Cash, you know.
Yeah. They're on a bye next week.
We talked about the entire thing for him was like Madison. It's all workload related, you know. So that goes away, and so does Miles Sanders.
Yeah, absolutely. Tyreek Hill is the fastest man in the NFL. 6 for 163. I mean, like every time I go to place bets on the weekend, I'm like, dude, just Tyreek Hill over 100 yards it's like the Christian McCaffrey anytime touchdown. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like it's just those two things to me should hit every week. Yeah.
I mean, he's a outstanding wide receiver. I can't wait to see how he is as a porn star.
Yeah, he's gonna pursue that career after the NFL apparently.
Mm-hmm. So I read something. It's week 6. Week 6 just ended, and he is 186 yards away from 1,000 already.
That's what I wanted to look at. So, Kulz, can you do some calculations for me real quick? What is Tyreek Hill on pace for right now?
Because he said he wanted to get to 2,000, right?
He wanted to, but you don't know how to do that. Let me.
I do. Per game.
Okay, yeah. If you could do that, because I could do it, but I would be way too distracted. I'd be completely a step away from this. But I'm kind of curious to see what he's on pace for if he continues at the rate he's going currently. I think that's interesting. I want to see if it's close to that 2,000. It could be, honestly. How about Jalen Waddle finally finding the end zone? And this is the first game out of the season he's had more than 5 receptions. He got 7 for 51 and a touchdown. Did you see the owner doing the Waddle in the box?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Still the greatest touchdown dance in the NFL. The Waddle. I love it. It was great to see him finally find the end zone. So.
I don't think, though, right? I don't think he's gone over 100 yards yet, though, right? Like
no.
He's not had any of those big plays that have all gone to Hill. I mean, that'd be the only, like, you'd like to see that happen. But
yeah, it's definitely
6, right?
He's on pace for 2,306 yards.
Yeah, he said he's getting 2,000, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't see him slowing down. Nobody can slow him down. I mean, every week as a defense, you're going in there knowing what Tyreek Hill can do, and he just continues to do it and exceed expectations. So, yeah.
He's got to stay healthy.
Very true. Obviously, that's the caveat here. But, man, oh, man. Miami has Philly next week. They're in Philadelphia next week at the Eagles. And, Philly's shown that you can throw on them, so. Mm-hmm. I expect another big game from Tyreek Hill.
Yep.
All right, what's next? Colts, Jags, Indianapolis, and Jacksonville. I thought – go ahead.
Sorry, can I just – since we're on this game, can I just take a moment? My PR team has put together something, and I need to read something right now.
Okay.
Dear Travis Etienne, I'd like to take this time to apologize for my inaccurate and insensitive opinion of you this preseason. I called you out for your 7% target share last year and only 35 catches and low touchdown conversion rate inside the 10-yard line. I questioned your manhood by saying Tank Bigsby could have a role since he was a bigger back than you. You have responded with goal line touchdowns and 4 top 10 RB finishes. Please accept my apology. Thank you.
Kulz, that is the 44-minute mark at 55 seconds. Please jot that down so I can clip that, please.
I got you. I think he would be more open to accepting if you didn't end with thank you, but Love Shane O'Mac.
Okay.
Yeah, that's funny. Yeah, man, another big day from ETN, 2 touchdowns. 18 for 55 isn't what you want to see, but still 2 touchdowns.
But they're not pulling him at the goal line. He's converting on the goal line carries. I mean,
absolutely. Evan Ingram just seems to be the tight end with the highest floor. I mean, this guy 7 for 41, 7 receptions. I feel like he gets 7 targets every game.
Yeah.
As far as the Colts side, I was going to say right when we started talking about this game, I thought Gardner Minshew was going to have a bigger game. 3 interceptions. He threw the ball 55 times. That is not a recipe to win this game. Like, I don't know what the game plan going into it. Maybe they just were going down early. All those interceptions in bad field position caused them to, go down. What was it, 21-6 at halftime? So, I mean, I understand it, but still, Zach Moss 7 for 21, Jonathan Taylor 8 for 19. So you saw Jonathan Taylor work in a little bit more. They're starting to lean on him and give him the most carries, and I think that continues into next week. And I will say, I thought Josh Downs was going to have a bigger game as well. 5 for 21 with a touchdown. It was great to see the touchdown, but 5 for 21 is just very lackluster. I don't know where you guys at with Josh Downs and Gardner Minshew.
I'm about to knock Gardner, which may come as a surprise, seeing I have a mustache and a headband on. But it seems like he's just not like it, when teams have time to prepare for him. It seems like he just doesn't play well. So I don't know, like, if that has to do with game planning and just teams sort of have him figured out and he's not that difficult. Like, he's going to try to be a gunslinger. And I don't know. That's something that I kind of noticed is, like, he'll come in and have great games when Anthony Richardson goes down and they're, preparing for someone like Richardson. So I don't know. That's something I noticed,
Yeah, I mean, to me, there's a reason why Gardner's a backup quarterback. He couldn't succeed as a starter. So,
I hope he doesn't hear this, because you've been a huge dick to Gardner Minshew and Cincinnati fans and the city.
Okay, look, Cincinnati. If the one thing you're proud about is Skyline Chili, look in the mirror, because Skyline Chili, whatever.
You're just doubling down now.
I know. My bad.
We love you, Cincinnati.
Yeah, the natty. Michael Pittman, big game, 9 for 109 on 14 targets. Exactly what I was expecting.
Catch, like a one-hander falling down.
Oh yeah. Yeah, and then Jonathan Taylor and Zach Moss both being active in the passing game. Moss had 6 receptions on 7 targets. Jonathan Taylor 5 on 6 targets. So that's really good to see. But yeah, I mean, where are you guys at with? I know, Kulz, you had to start Zach Moss and Jonathan Taylor this week. Next week, where are you guys at with these two? What are you expecting?
A slow transition to Taylor, but it's going to take some time and some performance. But, I mean, he's clearly still that guy. He had like a 41-yard catch, looked really good. It's inevitable. He's the better running back.
Yeah, I agree. I don't know, Shane, do you agree with that?
Yeah, I think, like, if I had both of them, like, next week would be the week I'd finally make that call. Like, okay, I'm starting Taylor over him. I think that's next week's the time where the switch happens, where it's not totally his backfield, but it's enough where you would make the call of taking him over Moss.
Here's something which we need to talk about. And we probably could have waited until the game, but it just reminded me with the running backs. Devin Singletary.
This is a great transition. I was just going to bring up Houston and the Saints.
He's taken over.
Yeah, go ahead.
Like, his target share, he was playing late in the game, meaningful drives, and he was, I don't know the carry numbers, but it seemed like he was probably carrying them. 12
for 58. Damian Pierce was 13 for 34. So he didn't outcarry him, but he was the leading rusher.
Late in the game, he was in the meaningful drive. So, like, that, I don't know what that means. But.
Well, to me, this is what it means. You're going to see a lot more of Singletary. Is Singletary going to take over the job? I don't think so. But you're going to see Singletary. They're going to lean on him in important situations like you just saw this past week. And I think Singletary is going to start to be a flexible option during these bye weeks. And, I could see them doing a 50-50 as of right now, but a lot of those more meaningful snaps are going to go to Singletary.
Yeah, we'll see if that ends up actually happening. Pierce seems like one of those guys that's just like, no, you're fucking not. Like he's just an angry. Like I could see him coming out and having a big game, but I don't think he's that good. As
a throwback to our do not draft list episode, Shane, I had Dameon Pierce on my do not draft list. And after that, I had a little bit of remorse. I was like, was that a wrong decision for me to not have, or to have him on my do not draft list, to the point where I drafted him in my last draft.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say like multiple times because you felt bad. Like
no. I drafted him in my very last draft of the season, and I'm regretting it now because obviously we've seen what happened over the last couple of weeks, but. Yeah, I was just hot and cold.
Him at cost or like because he was a value?
I probably did. I probably grabbed him at being a value, but there was at that moment in the draft, I was like, yeah, I am going to take a chance on this guy.
Yeah, but I mean, dude, there's times like I have Deontay Johnson on multiple teams, and I've never once liked him, period. But he would fall to like these rounds where I'm like, what? You just have to take like, you know what I mean? So yeah, I understand that. You can't knock yourself for doing that at value. Then yeah, I'd be like, what are you doing? You told everyone you know about fantasy not to draft him, and then you're just like, fuck it, I'm drafting him. Then I would have given you shit. But that would have been
that's how it felt. Move. I know that's how it felt to me. So it is what it is. But how about Dalton Schultz? Someone I had on my red light list this week. 4 for 61 and a touchdown, 7 targets. He seems to be forming a nice connection with Stroud. And how about Stroud, man? Threw his first interception, still won the game, 199 yards and a touchdown, or 2 touchdowns. Sorry. But yeah, they won the game 20-13. Like Houston, I know Shane calls another PD thing of me that I did. I know when we did our weekly pick 'em. And this was one of the games where I was like, I'm taking Houston.
Flipped.
I think later on that night I flipped where I was like, dude, why? I'm like, why would I take Houston here? I mean, the Saints are such a great defense. Like Stroud's going to struggle. And I'm just like in my bed. I'm like, I'm taking the Saints. And sure enough,
in your bed, you were thinking about it.
I was about to go to sleep. And I'm like, what am I doing taking the Texans here? And that was a mistake. Don't second guess yourself. Don't get cute. Don't pull a PD move like I.
Well, no. Did you watch the game though? Because Group missed 2 field goals and they had like literally 3. They lost it as many times as the Falcons lost it.
Yeah,
it was.
It was. And the only thing I would caution everyone about Dalton Schultz is so his big 2 games have been when Tank Dell was out. So he.
Very good point.
These last 2 games, his targets, receptions, everything's gone up. So just something to keep an eye on when Dell gets back.
Yeah, very good point.
So yeah, I think now's the time to buy Nico Collins. By the way, 2 down games, go get him.
Oh, a little buy low, Nico Collins from Kulz. I like it. Yeah, that's awesome, man. That's awesome. Yeah, I would buy Nico Collins in every league I can. I'm going to actually shop around for him. Now that you say that, get a reminder. What stood out to me is Taysom Hill. Juwan Johnson is out. Taysom Hill, 8 targets, 7 for 49. Like if you're in need of a spot start for a tight end, Taysom Hill, you could do worse. You could do worse, dude. I mean, 7 for 49 on 8 targets. Like if Juwan Johnson's out.
I just refuse to give that. I can't give that out. Like, how many years have we been doing that? Like, we can't keep doing that.
He's still active, man. I don't get it. Rashid Shaheed, big touchdown.
Oh man,
was that a 51-yarder touch? Yeah, 2 for 85 in a tutty.
Here's something that's noteworthy that I want to talk about with the Saints.
Go ahead.
Is Derek Carr the worst red zone quarterback of all time?
I mean, I don't know the stats off the top of my head, but there's a possibility for sure. Yeah.
It was just so bad how many times they would get downfield and
he's deceiving too.
Throwing the ball, yeah, like he is so deceiving. What did he have? Like 300? Let me see.
Yeah, he's over 350, right?
353 in a touchdown.
Doing it, but then he'll have some big play like Shaheed. He's just such a oh wow. Holy shit.
I mean, if Shaheed, if Michael Thomas goes down, I mean, then Shaheed, woo.
This play's crazy, Shane Mack.
Yeah. Yeah, pay attention to the game here. It's a good play.
What the hell is that? Did he catch it?
Yeah, he did.
Oh, my God.
Oh, what an athlete. How about Alvin Kamara? 26 touches this game, 25 last game, 24 the game before. Like, he's just...
Is that 3 top 10 finishes in a row?
Dude. Herbert's just got a catch in 10 yards for that. That's awesome. 3 top 10 finishes for who?
For Kamara. Yeah. Is that
that. I love that.
Well, yeah. And he had 19 for 68, 7 for 36. Like, he's just the type of guy. During the offseason, Shane, I don't know if you're watching but I was talking to Kulz and we were going over all the stats in Dynasty. And I'm like, dude, how did Alvin Kamara never in his entire career has never eclipsed 1,000 yards, either rushing or receiving. He's never been 1,000-yard guy, but he's always been in that middle range for him to be a top 10 running back. But how does he not have 1,000 rushing yards in a season or 1,000 receiving yards? To me, that blew my mind.
Yeah. The rushing one really especially does. Yeah.
Yeah. He's had a couple 900s, but never 1,000.
Yeah, I think after his first week, I brought up like Kamara's going to have an awesome fantasy year this year. Like you could just see it. They're going to ride him out. He's going to be involved in every single drive. He's the man. And they need him so much this year. They have a great defense. Derek Carr is not Drew Brees, obviously. So they're going to it's like almost what we thought and hoped Aaron Jones to be is what Alvin Kamara is going to be for the Saints.
Yes. 2.0. No, you're absolutely right. Well, yeah. I mean, I didn't think he would be getting that many carries, even 19 carries for Aaron Jones. Like he just, yeah. But, all right, next game.
That was a horrible penalty, by the way, Shannon.
I'm going like, how can the guy's sliding down? How do you not avoid hitting him up high?
Yeah, that was so bad. We want you to react. Oh, there's a hold. No, don't call that on them. Monday Night Football, boys are live. Shane O'Mac, this is my brother.
PK, what's going on?
Nice to virtually meet you.
PK, hell yeah. PK, have you ever had a schooner beer?
No,
that's the question of the night.
No, PK probably knows what a schooner is.
No, he doesn't.
Probably knows.
Guaranteed.
I know.
I think he does. I think
Guaranteed
he does.
Not. No chance.
Let's see.
PK, do you know what a schooner is?
Have you ever had a schooner? Nice frosted schooner, like the whole thing's just frosted over.
No.
No, and yeah, no, and don't know what it is. You're right, Kulz.
Hey, come on.
Hey, he's a bartender. I thought he would know.
No, dude. Shane Mac's birthday. All right. Well, what game were we on?
We're on the Patriots Raiders. Patriots lose another one. They go to 1-5. Raiders win 21-17. They go to 3-3. Just an ugly game. When does Bill Belichick make the switch to what's Cunningham? Right? Is that his name? Malik Cunningham.
I mean, he's going to be so bad too. Like Mac Jones, as bad as it was.
You're probably right.
Yeah, as bad as it was for Mac, he put the ball in Parker's hand with a great throw. That should have won.
Oh my God. I think hold on. Did you guys get that? Did you guys get that update?
No, what happened?
No.
Anthony Richardson's out for the season.
They said that pretty
possibility.
much. Yeah, they pretty much said that on Sunday.
Oh yeah, they're saying probably done for the season. Wow.
Oh,
Yeah,
Okay.
That they said that on Sunday that he's most likely going to get that surgery to shut him down for the year.
Gotcha.
So.
All right. Well, Kendrick Bourne, 11 targets, 10 receptions, 89 yards.
Not interested.
No.
Nope. No, that's fool's gold.
Every 4 games are you going to have a good he had 2 touchdowns week 1.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ramondre Stevenson, a little bit more active, 10 for 46 and a touchdown, 5 for 24. I still wouldn't start him. I'm not starting any Patriots.
Yeah.
All trash.
Yeah.
Zeke had a 74-yarder called back.
Oh, yeah, that's right. He did. He broke one and got called back. Brutal. Michael Mayer came out and had a decent game, 6 targets, 5 for 75, led the team in receiving yards. And Jacoby Myers, my best friend, continues to play well.
What a beast. Yeah.
5 for 61 and a tutty.
Now we're going to see Mr. Beignet against Aiden O'Connell in Soldier Field.
Or Brian Hoyer.
Yeah, it's Brian Hoyer, right?
Brian Hoyer, even worse.
No, it's going to be O'Connell.
You sure?
I don't know. After they came back, after they won that game with him.
Yeah, I think it's going to be O'Connell.
I mean, that would make more sense.
Yeah, just because of future.
Yes, that would make more sense, obviously. But
well, we'll be watching that. Josh Jacobs, 25 for 77.
We won't be. We will not.
I'm sorry. I'll be watching that.
You will be watching that. Yes.
Yeah, the Bears fan. Yep.
Yeah. You will
Cohen, we got another question here. Thanks for chiming in. Monty and Devontae Smith for ETN.
That's a great question.
that is a good.
That
one.
is a great question. That is great. What's your record? Just curious.
What's your social security?
What's your record? Are you in first place? Are you in last place? Or what do you like? Do you need wins right now? Or are you undefeated?
2-4.
Ooh.
Oh.
Yeah.
Can't afford to do that.
You're saying don't make the trade?
I would take ETN.
I'm with Shane.
He would get ETN. I was thinking the other way around. Yes. Go get ETN. That's the side you want.
Yes, I'm confirm that we're understanding this properly. But yeah, you have Monty and Devontae because I saw you ask something about Monty earlier. So yeah, go and get ETN, get the twofer, and get the better running back right now to help you get some wins.
There's too many games on right now. I'm like,
Kulz is just all over the place.
Yeah.
That's funny.
You've got to get back up to that 500 record, and Monty being out 2 weeks, and ETN the way he's performing, you've got it. It'll help you.
Yeah, definitely.
Top 5 back rest of season.
Yep,
definitely. All right, what game are we on now? We're on the Cardinals Rams. Arizona loses again. They're 1-9 to the Rams.
I love
3-3.
Matt Stafford with Cooper Kupp.
I do too, man. I just love Cooper Kupp. I mean, I've been a fan of Cooper Kupp for years now.
That's your biggest win of all time.
Yes, I will chalk that up as Truck's biggest win of all time. I picked up Cooper Kupp off the waivers that 1 year, and I've just been riding that hot hand ever since. And it's awesome. I mean, dude, he did not miss a beat coming back from from that injury.
No.
Yeah, 7 for 148 and a touchdown this week. Puka was a little quiet. It was 4 for 26. Do you think he bounced back next week?
But still over a 30% target share.
Dropped a touchdown.
So I mean, it's a 70% target share between him and Cooper. That's a 2-man thing.
He should have like a 20-yard touchdown as well.
Yeah,
in his hands, fell on it, and
he dropped one, and Higbee dropped one. Could have been much better, Dave.
Yeah, Kyron Williams had a big day, 20 for 159 and a touchdown. He did get injured. What is that? An ankle injury? My article is saying projecting week 9 return. And then also Ronnie Rivers had an even worse injury.
Yeah,
PCL sprain.
Yep.
They're saying he's going to be out till week 12. So what do the Rams do at running back? Obviously, Kyron's not going to be healthy, and Rivers is out.
Zach Evans season.
Leonard Fournette.
Oh, are you calling it? Wait. Is this a let me think of the word. A Kulz conspiracy?
No, it doesn't count.
No, okay. I'm sorry. I just wanted to. All right, fine. So you think Leonard Fournette is the player?
No, I don't. I don't. I think he's out of shape. He's probably hanging out with Eddie Lacy, and they crush Chinese food every night.
I would love to eat Chinese food with Leonard Fournette and Eddie Lacy. Now you just put that on my bucket list. But
we had this. I brought this hypothetical up the other weekend when we were with some friends. I said, "What is the over/under right now of Eddie Lacy's weight?"
300.
I was going to say
320.
I was saying 280.
No, 300 for sure.
Yeah,
I think the line would be it.
I was saying he's probably like 320. Like that dude showed up to camp at 260 something one year.
He was massive.
He showed up as 260 to camp. Like, come on.
Yeah.
No,
he goes,
I would
like Chinese food. It was just like, man, you're addicted to Chinese food. That's why your NFL career's running short.
But I think I do think Zach Evans makes a top priority waiver wire pickup tomorrow night for any team that is struggling at running back.
Yeah.
Really? So you think Zach Evans is going to be the dog?
I think so. Like it was kind of so. I saw him at different places. So he started off at TCU, then he went to I think Ole Miss. Yeah,
Ole Miss.
And he was a good running back in college. I think he fell in the 5th round.
He was number one. He was a 5-star number one. Same exact pedigree as Kamara, except we saw how Kamara turned out. Zach Evans, he didn't look good. He looked overwhelmed when he came in. That being said, he got a week to prepare, so hopefully he comes in his talent shines. He was a 5-star though, number one running back in his class.
I wonder who they bring in to back him up.
Leonard Fournette.
Well, they got to sign someone. They got to promote someone from the practice squad, sign someone from somebody else's practice squad. They're going to do something. You need another running back, so. We will be watching that closely. How about the Cardinals? Amari DiMercado. That was a swing and a miss, huh?
Tried to tell you.
All you people out there that dumped all your fab on him.
And it wasn't just the Keontae Ingram. It was who was it? Damian Williams.
Damian Williams. Yeah, Damian Williams.
I mean.
He got paid, didn't he? He had that big year for the Chiefs, and then Skins paid him maybe.
No, I thought he came to the Bears. He came to the Bears.
Yeah.
Bears idiots paid him, and then they're like, okay, this guy sucks.
Yeah.
Oh God, that's brutal. Michael Wilson, man, 3 for 62, leading the team in reception or receiving yards.
No, yeah. Hollywood had his most targets.
Yeah, with 4 receptions on 11 targets.
Yeah.
So, I mean, Hollywood's still obviously the wide receiver one there.
That was his game high for targets. Yeah.
Yeah, it didn't amount to much, but I'm sure that will change in future games. I still like Hollywood Brown as a flex play. Trey McBride, it was great to see. 5 targets, 4 receptions, 62 yards. That's great to see.
I love that. Yep.
I mean, the Cardinals are going to continue to lose, and the Rams look good, man. The Rams are fun to watch. I love watching the Rams. I just wonder who they have next week. Steelers at home.
Steelers, yeah, that's right. It's going to be a tough game.
All right, what game are we on now? The Eagles-Jets. Eagles lose a big game. They go to.
I was like, man, Eagles are going to lose this game, man.
Yeah, no, you did. Yeah, you called it. This was the late one last night, and
missing 3 cornerbacks or 3. Was it 3 cornerbacks or 3 in the secondary? They only had 4.
I know 3 cornerbacks. Yeah, 3 cornerbacks.
But the Jets were missing their 2 cornerbacks too. I mean, that's the crazy thing.
Who?
The Jets were missing their 2 starters.
Oh, that's what I mean. The Jets were missing.
Oh,
I think 3 players in the secondary.
Yeah.
They had only 4 active. Jets looked incredible. That defense is.
Dude, did you guys
the best in the league, right? Like,
did you see the stat? Yes, they look like it. I mean, it's the Jets and Browns are the 2 best defenses in the league.
Niners too, but I think Jets are maybe by far the best. Like, just watching the games, watching them fly around, how fucking fast they are. They are so fast to the ball. You have Quinnen Williams, and then what's his brother, Quincy?
Yes,
Quincy was unfucking believable. Jets to me looked so good. I would probably, if I had to rank defenses in the NFL, I would for sure put them number 1. They looked incredible. Quinnen is so big, dude. When he picked that ball off,
yes,
he's
a
big.
monster.
He's like Godzilla running around on field with the ball.
Yeah. Did you, Coles? I know you watched the Pat McAfee show today. Did you see the stat they were promoting about the Jets defense and what they're doing to opposing quarterbacks, to Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes, and Jalen Hurts? All 3 of them, they held them to a QBR of like 60. And like, just because Robert Saleh came out and was like, we are embarrassing the best quarterbacks out there. So like, somebody dug it up and like, yes, they absolutely are. Quarterbacks do not look the same against them. And we've seen that with those 3 top tier quarterbacks, Josh Allen, Jalen Hurts, Patrick Mahomes. So
that's incredible.
Man, absolutely. AJ Brown, another monster game. Where the hell is Devontae Smith? 5 for 44, 11 targets.
Is that 4 straight with 125? Like,
yes. Yeah, I think you're right there. Yeah, AJ Brown, top 5 guy right now for sure. PK, Jets and Browns both beat unbeaten teams last week.
Yeah, I think they're the last 2, right?
Yes.
Last 2 unbeatens.
Yep.
Yeah. How about DeAndre Swift, dude? 10 targets in the passing game. 8 for 40 on the touchdown.
That's all they did was pass. That whole first drive, they just opened up and passed.
Yeah, that's just great to see. I just didn't see that coming. Garrett Wilson still has big games, 8 for 90. Breece Hall, 5 for 54 in the air, 12 for 39, and a rushing touchdown. Great to see. Breece Hall is a
rushing touchdown.
Kulz texted me throughout the game, and he just texted me, I love Breece Hall. That's what it's just. I love Breece Hall.
I do.
Yes, you do, Kulz. That's the jersey you need. You need a Breece Hall jersey. I might just send one to you in the mail.
Did you go Breece Hall over Garrett Wilson?
Would I? No, did we start him?
Did you start?
No, we did not.
We started Wilson, and then I texted Petey. I was like, we need to revisit this, and then we forgot.
Yeah. So
I think you ended up probably even though.
I wanted to start Breece, and Wilson was the right play. Breece had more points than him, but it was because he had a touchdown that should not have. They should not have scored that touchdown.
And just let him walk right in.
Breece ended up outscoring him by 3 in that league. He had 20 and Wilson had 17, but that touchdown should not have happened. It would have been so lucky. But either way, it was totally fine. Well, actually, it's not totally fine. We need 4 points from Aubrey, your kicker.
Oh.
Yeah, we need him. We need a couple big field goals here. How about the Lions and the Bucks? Detroit 5-1. They won 20-6. The Bucks fall to 3-2. Oh man, the Lions are just a really good team. Really, really good team. Jared Goff proves us wrong. He defies the home and away split that we were talking about. He threw for 353 and 2 touchdowns. I did not see this coming.
No.
Shane, what do you think?
No, I did not see it coming at all. I think I don't know. I didn't get to see much of this game, but I did see that the block that Craig Reynolds made on St. Brown's touchdown was just amazing.
Yes,
like the effort play where he just leveled that safety or cornerback.
Yeah,
I mean, destroyed him.
Yeah, definitely. How about Amon-Ra, dude? This guy, 12 for 124 and a touchdown, 15 targets. Like he's just that guy is a machine for sure.
First round pick next year, right?
Yes.
Round? Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. He was on the fringe this year, and I think for sure
Shane O'Mac, my guy.
Yep.
Yes, he is.
So is Montgomery.
Montgomery didn't get hurt, man. That's How about Jameson Williams? Big play from Jameson Williams. Was a 45-yard touchdown. It was a raindrop that he caught. I mean, this is what you're going to see: 2 for 53 and a touchdown. Like those are the types of games you're going to see from Jameson Williams. Mm-hmm. So, Sam Laporta, 11 targets, only amounted to 4 receptions for 36 yards. But it's intriguing with the 11 targets. You're going to see him. He's a focal point of this offense, so that's not going to change. How about in the absence of David Montgomery for the next couple of weeks, Craig Reynolds?
I have a hard stop at 8:30 after that draft.
Okay. All right. We're wrapping up. We got one more game left. Craig Reynolds and Jahmyr Gibbs. Jahmyr Gibbs' possibility to come back next week. We're going to see about that. But Craig Reynolds is a massive pickup this week, no?
Yeah, he didn't do much at all the last time Montgomery was out. But, I mean, if Gibbs doesn't play, he's the only guy left, basically.
Yeah, absolutely. What's going on with Rachaad White? Is he just not startable anymore?
Yeah, it was rough.
Yeah.
Rachaad White.
Rachaad.
Here, Kulz, here's a question for you.
What?
Who should I draft, Ben Simmons or Brandon Miller?
Dude, I have no idea. Shane O'Mac.
Basketball questions on the Fantasy Roadshow.
Shane O'Mac, do you play?
I'm playing for the first time this next Sunday night. I'll be doing my first NBA draft, and I can tell you I don't know either.
1 second, Alejandro. I'll tell you. Give me 1 second.
He's gonna pull up his Bible over there.
It's got to be Miller, right? Simmons sucks. I mean, at least I know that from watching
basketball. I think I'm with you, Shane. Just my limited knowledge is got to be Miller, but I'm sorry we couldn't steer you in a better direction.
Is it? PD, can Shane O'Mac and the Roadies get a freestyle for his birthday?
Maybe, possibly do that for you.
Birthday freestyle
for Shane O'Mac.
Wow. Give me a second. Yeah, I would imagine it is Brandon Miller, but Brandon Miller or Ben Simmons. Definitely, no doubt about it, Ben Simmons.
So we were way off. We were way off.
Okay.
Which it's got to be just because he's on the Nets and he can pad every stat. I'm assuming you're talking about categories, and he pads every different stat, and he's on the Nets, and it's like. No, they're just don't have anyone, I guess. I don't know. Like Brandon Miller probably just doesn't cover that many categories. I just don't want to talk about fantasy basketball. I don't know.
Thanks for your question, though. Thanks for your question.
Yeah, no, thanks a lot. Prefer football questions. Last pick of the draft. I don't know what to tell you. I have a draft in 9 minutes and I've done zero research.
Okay. And he's got a Bible he's looking off.
I don't even want to be in the league.
Okay. All right. Last game on the slate here. We're talking the Giants and the Buffalo Bills. That was the late game last night. I don't know why I said the Philly game, but this game was ugly. 14-9. Buffalo gets the victory. Terrible injury to Damian Harris. We saw him taken off in an ambulance. I hope he's doing okay. I don't know. Have you guys heard anything about him?
Yeah, it was just a strained neck. He's fine.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Which is good because he just announced he's having his first child with his wife.
Congrats. Good for him. Oh,
and
wow.
Shane O'Mac was like just visibly upset that Damian Harris has a baby on the way.
What are you doing having a first child?
Where do you go?
Oh, man. Yeah, I thought James Cook was going to have a bigger game. 14 for 71. Stephon Diggs, massive game, 10 for 100 on 16 targets.
Right.
16
Speaking of
targets.
massive. We have third down, third and long, and they are in field goal position.
Let's go.
You need like just a little bit of yardage.
Yes. Yeah, we need it, man. We need it.
Or no yards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or a incomplete catch. Shane O'Mac, are you available to potentially be on the waiver episode tomorrow? Because we could definitely, there's just so much going on. We could definitely use as much firepower as we can.
So I will be writing up that article either late tonight or tomorrow. So yeah, just hit me up.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah, there's no timetable on it right now. I have to wake up early and I have a route out here in Kalamazoo, Michigan. But I should be done around 2 p.m. somewhere around there. So
that would be outstanding to have your insight as well, because there's going to be Craig Reynolds, we already mentioned him, Zach Evans,
Jordan Mason, a lot of
Eli. There's so much going on.
Definitely
crazy.
Real quick though, let's finish up with the Giants. Saquon Barkley, his first game back, 24 for 93. He was active, 4 receptions, 5 yards. Kulz, are you happy with what you saw from Saquon Barkley in his first game back?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, he looked. He didn't look like 100% healthy, and he still had an outstanding game. Tyrod's a good. Yeah, I read some scary stuff about Daniel Jones in his neck injury, so I don't know if that was this real scenario. But it sounds like he should shut it down just for his personal well-being. But
how about Wan'Dale Robinson? 8 targets, 8 receptions, 62 yards. I feel like that's noteworthy. I mean,
he's been sneaky the last 2-3 weeks, right? As far as targets and receptions.
Yeah, definitely. Tyrod Taylor, 200 yards, 0 touchdowns, 0 interceptions.
We need to dig up our first ever 32 drink episode in Chickies and Pete's in Philadelphia, because I'm pretty sure I said Wan'Dale Robinson is the guy to own for the Giants. Didn't I have
yes, during that drunken debacle, yes, you did mention.
I was like, Wan'Dale is the guy to own.
Yeah, and I was praising Paris Campbell. Boy, I was wrong.
We're just hammered drunk having a debate over
drinking. What were you having? What kind of beers were those? Yinglings, yeah, those Yinglings.
Ooh, nice Yingling and a schooner.
Yeah, those went down pretty easy. No schooners, but
field goals, not 4th and shorts.
Yeah.
Oh, and they're going for it. I don't even want to see this. Oh
God, he didn't get it. He didn't get it. He's a bum. He's a bum. He's a total bum.
God. I didn't want to ruin anything because I'm still ahead.
No, they can't push. Yeah, of course he didn't get it.
Jeez. Dak. Points. Field goals.
Yeah. McCarthy is awful.
Yeah, he is. I think it was it on McAfee? I don't know what I heard it somewhere. They're like, it was McAfee, I think. He goes, when they found out that in Green Bay, when Mike McCarthy's coordinators were drawing up the game plan for the week, he was getting massages. Mike McCarthy should have never gotten another head coaching job in the NFL. And I think he was getting it leaked that he gets massages during the week, whatever it was. It was oh my God.
Oh God. It's
the most Mike McCarthy thing ever. But it works for the Cowboys because he sorry, I'm logging into the draft room. It works for the Cowboys because Jerry Jones can just tell them what to do,
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that about does it for our week 6 reactions. Thank you, Shane, for joining us. Happy birthday again. Coles, good luck on your NBA fantasy draft.
Yep.
Remember to follow us on Twitter at fantasy_trucker, at S_McCormick_FF, at Coles_sports. Follow the show at Fantasy Roadshow. We are live currently at youtube.com/sportsethos. Make sure you go like and subscribe, click the bell, find out every time we go live. Come join us, come hang out. This is always fun. This is always a good time. And again, this episode is brought to you by Rule One Proteins. Go to www.rule1proteins. That's ONE, not the number one.com, and enter in Roadies40 at checkout for 40% off. Get all your protein, multivitamin, all that stuff there. And I think that's about it.
We'll have to save the Shannon Mac birthday freestyle for another time.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. All right. You got it. Everybody buckle up.